Unassuming devotee. Once in Kerala, there was a very poor and unpretentious Brahmin named Poothanam Namboothiri. He was so mild in nature and serene in expression that all his neighbors liked him very much. He was an untainted devotee of Lord Krishna, especially of Krishna's incarnation, Guruvayurappa. Every day he went to the temple and prayed to him in deep meditation. He had no children even though he surpassed his middle age. Poothanam prayed to Krishna to bless him, giving a child. At last, his prayers of offerings were accepted by Lord Krishna and his wife gave birth to a boy child. Once the child was sleeping in the cradle and there was a lot of women in the house to celebrate a ceremony in relation to the child's birth. The women were so playful on that special day that they were careless about anything around, and they dropped rashly their dresses over the crossbar across the cradle. Accidentally, all those dresses were slipped down into the cradle, and it choked the child to death. A little time later, when it was time to take the child out of the cradle to breastfeed, they knew that the child was no more. It was intolerable to Poothanam and his wife. They cried aloud in the loss of their child and mildly complained against it to Lord Krishna. This incident overwhelmed Poothanam greatly, but Poothanam did not stop going to the temple or gave up his offerings to his beloved God. One day, he was walking home after his prayer in the temple. It was late at night. He had to cross a small grove on the way. While walking through the way in between the grove, he was stopped by a dacoit and he wanted all he had with him valuable. The Poothanam got him and told him to go away. But the dacoit was unchangeable in his decision. He saw a gold ring in Poothanam's hand and wanted to hand it over. But Poothanam was not ready to leave away his gold ring. Sensing that the talk was unnecessary, the dacoits snatched away the ring from him. Before the dacoit left the place, there had appeared a stalwart man, and he caught the dacoit by his waist and lifted him up above his head and hurled him off into the grove. The man gave the ring back to Poothanam, but Poothanam gave that ring to him as a present, and the strong man walked away from the scene. That night, the priest of the temple had a dream. In that dream, Lord Krishna said to him, "In the morning, when you open the temple door, you will see the ring finger on my ideal being decorated with a gold ring. Give that ring to the Poothanam." As was the dream, the priest saw the ring finger of the ideal being decorated with a gold ring. Not to be too late, he took the ring and walked to the Poothanam's house. Meanwhile, he was sitting on a bench that was being kept in the courtyard. The priest neared him and handed over the ring. Poothanam could understand who that strong man who saved him from the grip of the dacoit was. He knelt down on the floor and prayed to Lord Krishna for the favor he did.